If you had a chance to hurt a harmless person, would you take pleasure in it? Have you ever wondered why some people take pleasure in other people's suffering? How is it that they enjoy being brutal and cruel to others? These are the questions that psychologists ask to delve into the darkest side of human personality. This not only includes murderers and psychopaths, but also evil people. Are you curious about knowing how to identify evil people around you? You might have come across someone who is more self-centered and who cares less about another person's emotions, or someone who inflicts pain onto others and enjoys it. These are clear signs of immoral behavior. If you have come across any such person, you would know how much it hurts to be treated like that. It not only hurts you, but can leave you feeling exhausted and emotionally drained. Unfortunately, sometimes these signs are subtle and are hard to recognize. But do not worry, because in this video we will show you 10 signs of an evil person that you can use to identify evil people around you. You can recognize, assess, and keep yourself safe. Keep watching the full video to learn some interesting psychology tricks to deal with such people in your daily routine. So let us begin. Number 1. They enjoy your suffering and misfortunes. It's one thing to laugh at a trending funny video of someone falling on their face on YouTube. However, it is not quite as funny in real life. If you see someone experiencing pleasure or gratification on your misfortune, this could be the sign that they are toxic people. These people feed off their ego based on other people's mishaps. Your happiness could be a threat to them, which motivates them to achieve their ulterior motive of bringing you down. Number 2. They show manipulative behavior. Have you ever been psychologically coerced into completing an irrelevant task? This could mean feeling obliged to do something, or even guilty for not completing a task on someone else's behalf. If you can relate to this feeling, there is a chance that you have been manipulated. Evil people tend to play victim and inflict guilt in the other person to get their way. In extreme cases, they are likely to gaslight you, leaving you questioning your own abilities and reality altogether. This is because evil people have a compulsive need to have emotional control over others. Number 3. They are pathological liars. Lying is seen to be a common feature among humans. We all lie at some point, while having a clear motive in mind. However, evil people lie just for the sake of lying. Often they not only lie to get away with something, but because they cannot help it. This comes from their obsessional need to lie and seek pleasure in it. This also suggests that you will most likely find these people fabricating things about you or about other people around you. Number 4. They do not respect boundaries. Evil people do not have the concept of boundaries and limits. Disrespecting others' boundaries and invading others' privacy is a routine for them. In the pursuit of their goal, they do not care if someone is getting hurt, and they feed off of other people's expense. If you have had experience being around someone like this, you would probably know how exhausting, weakening, and demeaning it could get. This can leave you completely drained. This is a clear sign that you are around an evil person. Number 5. They make you feel smaller. Whether you are sharing your goal, dream, or fear, an evil person will always disregard them. They will try to dismiss your existence altogether, ultimately making you feel demoralized and disregarded. Often they will use humor to shame you publicly. If you feel that way, do not forget to remind yourself that this is not about you, but about them. Evil people tend to have a fragile self-esteem, and disregarding others helps them maintain their self-esteem to a higher level. Number 6. They crave for attention. Have you ever been in a room with someone trying to desperately steal your limelight? If so, you could have been sharing a room with an evil person. These people cannot stand seeing someone else get recognized and may even perform negative attention-seeking behaviors just to be the center of attention. They love to be uniquely praised by everyone in the room. This could stem from their low self-esteem, jealousy, or in severe cases, psychological personality disorders. This is a clear sign that you are dealing with an evil person. Number 7. They show no remorse. Feeling guilt or showing remorse after a misdeed is typically a normal response. This can lead to performing a good action to compensate for the offense or hurt that has been caused. However, evil people can cause you severe damage and bad repute and still have no remorse at all. This can be frightening as you deal with the consequences of their wrongdoings and they show complete indifference. Number 8. They are control freaks. Have you ever met someone who tried to make your decisions for you? If yes, then this could be the sign of an evil person. Evil people tend to get their way by controlling everything around them. Psychologically, this could be because of their limited capacity to control their own lives and thus trying to control other situations. They can go to extra lengths just to have the control. They can convince you that they are better decision makers than you are, leaving you soaking in self-doubt. You might feel forced into handing them your authority and autonomy without actually realizing it. Number 9. They do not show their true selves. Evil people never truly reveal who they are. This could mean that they change themselves to never get caught on their true intentions. But how could you possibly identify this trait? This can be tricky. You will usually find these people using triangulation. In psychology, triangulation is a technique where the person will use a third person to communicate the idea instead of communicating it directly to the concerned person. Evil people will talk about you behind your back just as they would talk to you about someone else. Number 10. You will get a strong negative intuition. You will often get a gut feeling while you are around evil people. When this happens, never ignore this. Your strong intuitions are often guiding you in the right direction. Gut feeling is seen to be a quick way to make a decision without using your analytical abilities. Psychologists suggest that gut feeling is basically receiving non-conscious emotional information from your brain. This can be your brain or body trying to communicate with you directly. Thus, if your brain feels threatened about something, it sends you a subconscious signal, making you alert that something about the situation is not right. By following your gut feeling, you can allow yourself to be safe and to stay away from such people. So you already know by now how to identify an evil person. Once you have recognized an evil person, you need to take action on how to deal with them. By setting limits and keeping distance from such people, this can be the most helpful and appropriate strategy. But what if it is not possible? What if they are your romantic partner, a family member, or a work colleague that you cannot keep distance from? Here are some researched psychological tricks that you need to learn if you are dealing with an evil person in your daily routine. If you identify an unreasonable act by an evil person, instead of telling them how it affects you, convince them that their negative behaviors only affect themselves and could potentially hinder them in achieving their own goal. Point out what other people will think of them if they continue to do some unfavorable act. This would ultimately make them more conscious into trying to correct their behaviors. Evil people have a loose grip on reality. Take advantage of that. By complimenting them on things that might be advantageous for you, you can reinforce such behaviors. If you use these tricks, you will be regarded in the good books of the evil person, and your privileges will be granted without you using your energy and feeling exhausted. Is your mind reminding you of someone based on these signs? If yes, then you might want to consider the tips and tricks mentioned in the video to keep yourself safe and mentally healthy. If you would like to share your experience or opinion, please leave a comment below. We hope you like this video. If you do, do not forget to like and subscribe for more related content.